Now, I hope everybody is here or will be here soonish. I'm trying to see if I can follow the chat on my phone so I can see what you guys are writing without having like a laptop here. Let's see if I just want to see the chat, honestly. What's it doing here? Alright, so this is my first time playing Dishonored. This is, hey Grunge, welcome! This is Dishonored Definitive Edition as presented to the Xbox Series X. So if there's any like director's cut changes or that sort of shit, I don't know about it. I've never played the original version. This is the definitive edition. So yeah. Alright, so we're just gonna be playing on normal. The only thing I know about the series is that it's like a Victorian era, Edwardian era sneak around game. Yeah. Alright. Accept. Creating a new game will override previous autosaves. I don't have any previous autosaves. Here we go. So, this is... You have just returned from a journey of several months visiting the other nations in the Empire to ask for aid in dealing with the rat plague. You must deliver the diplomatic response to the Empress whom you serve as Lord Protector. Okay,
Corvo,
so...
if
we're
only
not
there
nobody.
was someone else I trusted to send, so that you could remain near. But there is no one else. And the Spy Master was right to insist that I send you. The plague has taken so many, and we must find a cure. When you are near,
do they not have like diplomats? They don't have like mobile diplomatic.
Days until you return. Hurry home and bring good news.
Okay. You're like the guy. Okay. I am the guy in Renthaven.
Steady hand. That's it. Watch it.
Then why do I have to sneak around?
Passing off. We're away.
Oh, I'm guessing that's the title. I get Dishonored. Hello.
Take us straight to Dunwall Tower.
I'm gonna just there we go. There we go. We're gonna be happy we did that.
Corvo has news for the Empress, and we've come a long way.
A long way to bring bad news. The sailors say there's a curse on us. Black magic.
Superstition.
So
For all we know, there's a cure for
Germany?
the plague by now.
Maybe. We live in strange times. Sending the Empress's bodyguard away for a couple of months. That's unusual.
Well, this
is like Prussia.
We need help with the rat plague. Oh, there! We're going up. Seal, ready. Turning on the lights. And she's rising.
She is rising. Super inspired by old Europe, yes. Okay, so it's like diesel pump Europe. Yay! Maybe. Like diesel pump.
Stop! Shut her down. The Empress will be waiting for your news, Corvo.
This is very Half-Life, the way that you get like a little opening elevator ride. Okay, so Corvo, I'm guessing it's me. What's this? What did I just... Did I just climb that? I did! Oh, don't mind Corvo, the Emperor's bodyguard. He's just practicing his climbing of the random shit again. Good old Corvo.
Fewer ships moving along the river now, with the plague and all. She's waiting in the pavilion.
Ah. This game is kind of old, but it's still very pretty. It's still a very pretty game. Oh, it is designed by the same guy who did City 17. Well, okay. Well, that, okay, that level is also just
Know
good.
what to do next time?
Yes. Welcome back, Lord Protector.
There he is. Good voyage, sir.
Okay. Hello. We got here. That's Dunwell, isn't it?
Hello, sir.
We're going to Dunwell.
Corvo, you're back!
Hello.
Will you tell me about your trip, please? Were there any whales? Wait! Let's play hide and seek first. I'll cover my eyes and you hide. You have time? Mother's busy talking to that nasty old spy master.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Why is there a random child here?
Later, will you give me more climbing lessons? Someday I'm going to climb up to the rooftop.
That sounds dangerous. You're the princess. I'm guessing the Emperor is dead.
Let's see if you're still good at this. I'll hide my eyes and count, and at the end of the countdown, I'll try and find you. Okay, I'm going to count to 10. Find a place to hide.
Okay. Stealth mode. Okay, let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See you. Did you really think you could hide there? Let's play one last time, please, Corvo.
Okay.
Okay, and find
I-
a better hiding place this time.
I
I'll
thought I
count to
could
10.
get into the brushes. Can I climb on that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here I come. I'll find you. Maybe here.
Would it be cruel if I just left?
Okay, you win. We should go now, so Mother can see you too.
You didn't even search very far.
Ooh.
What a lazy seeker.
Run with me.
You didn't even
Did
search
you see
for
any
me.
monsters while traveling to the other isles? My nanny says the big ocean's full of them, but I think she only says that to scare me.
Welcome home, Lord Protector. Stop moving, Campbell. And
Why are you wearing
Corvo,
white
welcome
after
back
Labor Day?
from wherever you've been. They sent him all around the Isles to beg for aid. A waste of time. My elixir will banish the plague from this city. Now keep still a moment, High Overseer Campbell.
I'm not so sure that painting looks like Campbell.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It was a
I
fool's
guess.
errand, Corvo. The plague comes from inside us. We must all strengthen our faith. High Overseer, I must ask you to hold your pose.
Okay, so he's like religious and stuff.
You saw my improvements to the waterlock.
Why are you drawing hair on him? He doesn't have hair. He's bald.
Should we gather?
She'll see you at once.
Alright.
Hello,
Hello.
my lord.
Hello.
They're sick people.
G'day,
not
ma'am.
criminals.
We've gone beyond that question, Your Majesty.
They're my citizens, and we will save them from the plague if we can. All of them.
very well.
We will not speak of this again.
Mother,
We probably
Corvo is
will
back.
because
Thank you, Emily.
like
Leave us, please.
plague
As you
still
wish,
going
Your
on.
Majesty.
Gotta find a thing to do about it. You know, that's like the
Corvo.
entire.
2 days early. Full of surprises, as usual.
Why do you look so much like the other guy?
Follow me, Captain. We should leave them
Things are
alone.
bad. Could the city get any worse? Never doubt it.
It's a fair wind that brings you
Hello.
home to me. What news have you brought?
Here you go, ma'am. It's Steve.
I hoped that one of the other cities had dealt with this before, knew of some cure. This news is very bad. We're at the breaking point. Cowards. They're going to blockade us. They'll wait to see if the plague turns the city into a graveyard.
Are you okay, Mother? You seem sad.
Yes, don't worry.
Didn't you just
darling.
hear? You were standing
Mother's
right
fine.
there.
Wait, where
Graveyard.
are the guards? Who sent them away?
Mother, look! What are they doing on the rooftop?
What? Emily, come here.
The fuck? Okay.
Look out! Another one! Corvo, thank you. If you hadn't been here... No more! Not again!
Mommy!
No! Get away from her! Corvo!
Mommy!
What the fuck, dude? Well, that I am so fired.
Corvo, it's all coming apart. Find Emily. Protect her.
I am
You're the only
so,
one who'll know what
so
to do.
fired.
Won't you? Corvo.
I just. God, this is the
Lord
worst
Assault,
hangover.
Look at what he's done.
Yes, he's killed the Empress.
I killed you. Make
What
Como.
did you do
This
with
is
young
when
Lady
you
Emily,
belay
traitor?
that
own
fucking no
bodyguard.
speaking policy you
Ironic.
apparently have
I'll
going
see you
on.
beheaded for this, Corvo. Peg him.
What the- Open your mouth and say words. Oh, okay. 6 months passed since you were accused by the royal spymaster of murdering the empress and conspiring to abduct her daughter, Emily, the royal heir. Now locked away in Coldridge prison, the time of your execution draws near. Oh, jeez. Order shall prevail. What? This turned into
Final
Nazi
chance.
Germany all of a sudden?
Sign the confession and let me give you the rights to put your spirit at ease.
Why are you all bald?
That's enough for now. Get out. Let's give the man some time to think. Corvo, the Empress is dead.
I've seen like
Her daughter
3
Emily
people
is
with
hidden
hair in
away.
this game.
No one will ever know the truth.
Yes, unlucky you. Tomorrow you'll be executed, but it's for a good cause. This country needs strong leadership now, someone to guide the weak. And that's where we come in.
There was nothing personal in this, even though you almost sank our plans. But it turned out well. You were in the wrong place at the right time, and someone has to take the fall. Goodbye, Corvo.
Why can I not speak?
Take him back to his cell.
You should eat, Corvo. This meal comes from a friend.
I have friends? Oh my god. Oh my god, I knew they would come through. All my friends who apparently have not cared since I got thrown this. Ew. Little... I can't read that. But the world leads us to... We all toil with innocence, but the world leads us to guilt. The fuck kind of prison wall is this? Corvo, is this your fucking poetry? Oh, right. Oh, I should probably also eat this key. Delicious key. How'd they know? How'd they know? I love keys. This must be one of our friends. Alright. Who we are is irrelevant right now. Just know that we have faith in you. Here's the key to your cell. Once you're out, head for the prison's interrogation room. Take the explosive there and plant it on the outer door. When the bomb goes off, run. Make for the river and lose yourself in the sewers. You'll find some useful gear stashed there. One of the prison guards will leave a weapon just outside your cell. Good luck. We need you alive and well for what's to come. A friend. Okay.
Seen anything scary?
Hello. Haha.
So many people are coming to the execution tomorrow.
There ain't no way I'd steal from the Boyle
On account
family.
of Corvo.
I just worked on their roof.
Killed the Empress and abducted her daughter, Emily.
I don't belong here. I never did nothing.
So it's an occasion.
She lied.
Right.
You're
Social
out.
event for the
Good
family.
for you.
Come
Cut
see
some
the noble
throats.
Lord Protector get his head
Oh,
shaved off.
hey, good sports. Good sports, not telling on
Burn
me.
this place to the ground.
Thanks, man.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to...
With a sword in hand, assassinate an unaware enemy by pressing RT.
maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Wait! That's not what I wanted! I was gonna go non-lethal! Okay. Well... It's fine, it's fine. It's fine, I'll just... I'll just, I'll just... You guys didn't see anything. Sorry, I can't let you guys out. I would like to.
Now I'm gonna die for nothing. They'll slackjaw him in here.
He's gotta get me out.
Slackjaw? I don't want to talk to a guy named Slackjaw.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
So like only people who will actually masturbate to it. Okay. Whale oil tax? Ooh, health elixir. Thank you. Of course he headbutts me. Yeah, I know. We are the murder hobo. Okay. Breakable door. Well, X. I'm peeking at you. I'm peeking at you. Okay. Scotter versus Placky. Come to the pop node for the best dares and the freshest blood stew. The hound pits. Watch out, the most vicious hounds in the city as they round one another by jaw and fang. Not just jaw, but fang as well. It's very exciting. Hi.
I'll find you.
It's fine.
Oh, I'll find you. You'll keep running if you know what's good for you.
Don't worry about it.
Huh?
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and
Bye.
approved dignitaries only.
There's no invalid choices here, except that one. I accidentally killed one person, now it's just murder time. I don't know, I'm gonna... If I can sneak again, I will. I only kill... by accident. It's like manslaughter, only I used a knife to do it. Halt! Authorized personnel only! Okay. Delicious. Is this the door I just looked through? Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Hello!
With 1 week's notice.
Alright. Those last two were entirely on purpose, but no effort was made, and no effort was made to be stealthy. Yeah, but like, think about it. They were like, they had like the finger. What's that? Okay. Won't drop their pouch.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries.
Good thing I'm such a nice person. I mean, think about it. At least I don't like... I don't do evil shit. I just kill. Right? Like, I just... I do what I do, and then I just head on out. And I don't, like, go Jack the Ripper in this shit. Maybe I should. Maybe I should go Jack the Ripper in this shit. I don't know. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? Wonder how it feels to like render a person. Like that screwdriver. A hammer. Oh man, imagine the crunch sound. Ah, whatever. Audiograph player. Corvo Adno, formerly the Royal Protector, will be brought in for interrogation. This is of utmost importance. The Lord Regent and High Overseer Campbell will conduct the questioning themselves. Follow the orders without hesitation, and keep the torture under control. If Corvo dies in his hand instead of getting the public execution the Lord Regent wants, it'll be your head that rolls next. So, yeah. Don't kill unless you die. Unless you want to die. That'd be a weird suicide, wouldn't it? That is not a good picture. I don't like it. Hi.
Corvo's unconscious again. Though he's taken more punishment than the 2 men we brought in for interrogation. When he wakes, we'll start again. Having him sign the confession for her murder.
This is so stealthy, you guys. Listening to this audio log.
Later, the assassination of an empress is not a trivial matter.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be. Like, if I was actually the guy that did it. Ooh, an empty bottle. Whee! What? Ah, damn it. Okay. Damn it. Come on, come on. Yeah! Alright. Alright, let's see. Ooh, the Trails of Aptitude. Except from a book on the esoteric practices of the Abbey. Once a child shows the proper inclination, he is marked. Overseers are assigned to study the subject surreptitiously in order to determine whether this inclination is supported by cosmological conditions and other signs ongoing through the air. At the end of the cycle, those befitting further testing are removed from their homes some hours before dawn and must begin the march to an outpost outside the city. There, the children undergo ritual preparation and until the last night of the month of rain, when they make a pilgrimage to Whitecliff. During an elaborate ceremony, it is determined which of the children become overseers and which must become put down. Sorry about that. That was cool, but that was also a very boring way of saying it. That wasn't a fake yawn, by the way. That was a real yawn. Okay, let's see. Did lean into it though. Clockwork explosive. More like clockwork. No, that's actually proper. Alright.
Ackworth, you lazy slug. Did you patrol the yard?
Sorry, not yet. I was gonna report that boiler leak from yesterday.
Forget it. Just do your rounds. A report's trouble for both of us.
I'm moving. Huh? Someone help me out!
Eyes open.
Sorry about this. Damn it! That was quite the con, huh?
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Should probably get rid of you. Here we go. guys just keep on the conversation over there. Oh. Hi, buddies.
Ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague. Elixirs. Bunch of crap.
I'm looking forward to watching Drake try and stuff. You like rats, do you? That bodes well. Rats are
Attention.
very
The
cute.
solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless
Yeah, but
accompanied
everything
by
has
an
to be
officer
set
of the
up
watch.
today.
Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in
Oh,
advance.
oh
with
boy.
1 week's notice.
Bye. I like.
Hey, please, not now.
Where'd the other guy go? Oh, he's over there. Good.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Alright. I don't know. Try to get the best out of it, right? What's all these buttons? Help pierce again. Thought he was just gonna stab. I'm not just gonna stab. I'm a
Attention.
decent
The
person.
solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch.
Oh shit, that could have gone very wrong. Sorry about this, sir.
Scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Alright. That was lucky. I imagine if I had opened the door just a second earlier. Alright. Hi, sir. Oh, you didn't see anything! You didn't see anything! You didn't see anything! You didn't see anything! You didn't... Alright. I'm gonna go over here. Alright, bitches. I'm out. See you in, I don't know. Never. Oh, I'm going. Ah, don't need shit.
Send out a call. Put people down in the sewers.
For the sewers.
Bye! No trespassing. Oh, I better stop here then. Never mind! Yeah, I'm going to the sewers. I'm not gonna stay here. Yeah, duck and cover stuff. Yeah, full stuff. You have escaped Coleridge prison with the help of hidden allies. If you can reach the Rainhaven era, they promise to aid you in your next move. Okay. I am so glad that nobody is gonna come through the door. Yeah, that's all they say to walk around us. Okay. Hi!
How many people did he kill on his way out of the prison? I guess if you'll kill the Empress, you don't care about a few guards.
Shut up. Look at this stuff. Somebody's been down here.
Bottle Street gang, maybe. Watch for booby traps.
Word is already out on that?
Good.
I didn't do it on purpose! If you're reading this, it means our plan was to be broken free from Coleridge. What our contact has hidden weapons for you somewhere deeper in the sewers. Grab the gear and find Samuel when these tunnels dump out into the river. He'll bring you to us. Friend who will meet you soon. Okay.
We'll get Corvo. You're afraid of him? He's Sir Conan. It's all merchants and whores down there.
Kids like you never saw what he was like. I saw him fight 3-1 in the practice yard. He's a whirlwind.
I hope it's me that finds him.
I hope it is too.
Is it the rats talking? What are the rats doing? Thank you, rats. They got one of them! Yay, rat! Good thing rats are my friend. Where's my sword? I lost my sword! Oh, will you stop? Will you guys stop with the fighting? I got shit to do. Go away! Bad rat! Bad! I was gonna loot that, you assholes! See, I like rats just like I like people. I'm an evil person. I'm not gonna get content like this anywhere else, ladies. This is why people still go to solo Let's Plays, right? Let's see. Damien's journal. Damien, dramatic. Amanda and I only had enough coin to buy half the elixir we needed. Even that's all gone now, and there's nothing to do but wait. We're very sick, and there's no place above to hide from the city watch. They're breaking into houses all over the district, so we'll stay here and share the last hours together. Our fire will keep the rats away, but they'll inherit this city. We built this city. We built this city on rats and roll. We built this city. Let's see. The outsider walks among us. Yeah, okay. You can't go to France and not have rats and plague. Aww. Well, I guess not. So, good sir, I'm gonna need you to get the fuck out of my way. Thank you. That's okay, his corpse will become more and more. Bam. Okay. Alright. Let's see what we've got here. See, if I was a collectible, I would apparently not be here. Huh. Aww. Tins of whale meat! Oh. Good. And then bottle of whatever stew. Okay. There's no dumping allowed. I get it because I was throwing bodies in the... whatever.
Aren't we supposed to
Hi!
the car's headed to the flooded district?
Yeah, but screw that. That's too far. And I don't want to catch the plague, do you?
No. Doesn't the elixir prevent it?
Maybe. Either way, let's just dump them down there. Let the rats eat them.
The dump is not allowed, bro! Well, I do hate seeing animals starve. Go over here, buddy. Bam! Yay! You guys do your thing.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Several brave officers of the state are dead by his hand. He is to be captured or killed at any cost.
Ah, delicious rat meat. It's fine. It's fine. I killed them because they came at me and stuff. No one will keep us from death. That's depressing. Let's see. Rotten Tivian pear, another empty bottle, and some copper wire. More coin! Got more coins! Coin of 6 and 5 and 7. The fuck is that? They put tripwires on me? That's not nice. More potted whale meat. Chiero's remedy. Oh, okay. I do like that there's like maybe some of the other cities knows what to do about this plague, and the guys were just like, nah, you know what, I think we should kill you and make me emperor in this dying city instead of solving the actual problem we have. That sounds like a great idea. Oh, jeez. Greetings, Corvo, or should I say Lord Protector, as you would know before that title was wrongfully taken from you. We are servants of the Empire and of the true Empress, a group of loyalists, want very much to meet you. Take these weapons, crafted for you from the finest materials in the Isles, and meet with our man, Samuel, near where these tunnels spill into the Wrenhaven River. All haste and luck, we share a common purpose. I'm not sure we do, but thanks, man, that is... Ooh, I get one of these? And one of these? Alright. One of these? Yay! Sorry, man. Oh. I don't know what that is, but I'm taking it. What is B? Oh, it's an 8. There should be a warning sign for that. God damn. Check that launcher. Give me your bolts. Man. Asshole. For rent? Ha! For rent. I get it, because it's a shithole. Fan mail, yeah. Yay! Alright. What? Where do the tunnels split and go to Renhaven? Oh, in there, I guess. Ooh! Haha! I was lying. Very important skill. Jellied eels. Jelly, in case you're too daft to remember, look for your whiskey for the answer. Whiskey, got it? If you want your share, you sort it out. If not, I'll come back for it next month. What, whiskey? Alright. I need the combination for this thing. Look to your whiskey for the answer. Aha! Bitches! Trying to hide stuff from me. 451. Alright. La da dee dee do 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 do. Stealing random poor people shit. Haha! Got a Moray jewel box and Solocover Health Elixir. Sorry, Mom. I apparently need this more than you do. Let's see.
He won't get past me, sir.
Do you know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take him out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
Then try to make a lot of noise when you die. Knock something over if you can.
Bastard. Smells like a dead Reaper in here. What was that?
That was a bad idea. Is what it was.
Probably is. They come here to die sometimes in the dark. Just slip into the water, don't come out.
La-da-dee. La-da-da. Rom. Headshot. Boom. Exactly. Boom. Headshot. Stealing medicine from the poor and headshotting random guards just trying to do their job. I am a man of many facets and colors. Ah, shit. Sorry about that. The rats will eat them. No cause of fury for the families. They'll be fine. Well, at least if I drop them in the water, the corpses won't be eaten by the rats, right? That's... I mean, they'll rot and be waterlogged, but... They won't be eaten by the rats, so will be something to bury, is what I'm trying to say. Alright. Please. This is probably the path I would have taken if I was actually stealthy. Whoop! Ooh, copper wire. Again. Alright. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Too bright, don't like it. Ah, shit.
Attention, Dunwall.
What is that?
The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Several brave officers of the state are dead by his hand. He is to be captured or killed at any cost.
Corvo, over here. Quickly, I'm a friend. I'm Samuel.
I mean, you say that.
And I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. Well, they said you'd come out here. I could still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Alright, but I'll just pour some water for me just a second. Hank, listen, you kidnapped some girl too. I did? Oh god! Where did I hide her? Did I throw him to the rats? I probably did. Oh, mission stats. Like this is Doom or something. I didn't find any runes. I found 646 out of 10,010 coins. It's okay. Special actions. Open jelly safe. The Hound Pits pub. In and around the river, your new allies have plans to share with you. Meet with the royalists in a circle to learn what they've got in mind. Alright. What a nice boat you got. Nice boat you got.
This is the Hound
Good
Pits
thing
pub.
nobody has
Closed
found
for business.
us.
Half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose, and he don't know a thing. Of course, if anyone finds out what we're up to, the Watch will break in with swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart.
What the fuck is the Lord Regent?
Take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Royalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone
it's the
can help
bald
you find
guy.
that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can.
Oh, achievement! Dishonored. You escaped Coldridge prison. Ah, yeah. Oh. They better recognize I was just doing it because they were being little bitches about it. I got stuff to do. Oh! Inchmouth 6. Okay. I don't know what that is. Yeah, don't worry, man. I'm just going for a swim. I haven't gone to the beach in ages. What? Plague corpses? Ah, don't worry. It hurt me. Ew. There's bad fish in there? Ruining my fun. Ruining my fun again! Do it, fish. Donwell brand whiskey. Ah, good old Donwell. Good old royal city of Donwell with the British sounding name and the German looking maybe it's the Faroe Isles, I don't know. I know the Faroe Isles are not part of Germany, by the way. Like, I hope that's like, okay, whatever. Well.
Starting at last. Even after 6 months in Cold Ridge Prison, he slipped out.
It's been 6 months? Okay.
Attention all citizens. Curfew extends from sundown to sunrise unless you are otherwise authorized. Violators will be subject to interrogation and detained when necessary. Remember, the boldest measures are the safest.
Oh, I could never imagine having to go into lockdown because of some plague. That's a ridiculous notion. Cape of Teeth map. And another coin. And another bottle. Ha-bam! What's this? At which point do we tell them there's no collectibles? I mean, I just found a book. At the Academy of Natural Philosophy, they speak of the Pandician continent as a place of wonder where all life is intertwined and blossomed across eons, producing a vibrant ecology unraveled at the civilized world. The overseers of the Abbey of the Everyman, by contrast, talk of horror and heresies, of cults of submen engaged in brutal, perverse rituals. The few who have traveled to the far continent and come back to the Isles, those who have actually touched the soil there, have returned with notes that describe vast deserts, deep jungles, and outlandish creatures that defy belief. Once in a generation, a great effort is mounted to build a colony there, in hopes of this someday growing into a port city to rival Donwell himself. But to date, these attempts have all ended in madness and failure. Ridiculous idea, colonies. Why would you ever want colonies? It's a ridiculous idea. Preposterous idea. Alright, well...
Attention, citizens of Dunwall. The old port district has been added to the...
I expect they're
Which
hard
door?
at work in there. Let's join them.
You cannot kill the rat
whoever
plague.
really killed the Empress.
Well, I expect that you
Welcome to the Hound
can't
Pit Pub,
kill
sir.
the rats.
How may I help?
Hello, sir. I am Wallace, and this is Cecilia. We have been informed of your arrival and will do our best to stay out of your way while you conduct your business.
Yes. Lydia's a servant here as well.
Who's Lydia? The tattooed lady? Lydia, oh have you met Lydia? Oh Lydia, the tattooed lady. Do 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 do. Oh, whiskey. Do 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 do. Lydia, oh Lydia. That's not. All right, in here. Hello, Norm.
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock, a true servant of the Empire, like you, until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her
You
crowned
can tell these
as
are the good guys because they're
We've got
not
big
bold.
plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight. And in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry.
Oh,
You
that's
must be
good. I like
exhausted.
that.
We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Yes, Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him, and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested.
Don't smoke in my face. Bastard. What if I'm a non-smoker?
Good to
What
have
if
you
I'm
with us.
asthmatic?
Nothing against the
What
other.
if... whatever. What did I do?
Have you talked to Piero
What
yet?
goes to this?
He made the weapons we left for you on your way out of Coleridge Prison. Go see him when you can.
Why did it just reload? Was weird. Are you guys still here? Is the stream still going? That was weird. These are also empty. What you guys been doing before I came here?
Be advised, the river crust infestation has spread downriver, as far as the river mouth and flooded district. Do not attempt to approach or destroy a river crust.
No?
Any items recovered from doing so are considered...
You are
state
present.
property.
Okay, good. I was afraid that reload check it was because of something breaking or something. I was like, what? Sit down here. Hello. Ooh. A lot of money down here. You guys don't want this? Oh, I'll take it. No, this the sewers. Alright. Maybe we can hang out with the Ninja Turtles later, yeah? Alright, maybe he's upstairs. Hello!
Anyone with
Oh, he's outside.
to the location or return of the daughter of our beloved Empress.
I'm just gonna ransack your place. Facts. Ooh. Hi.
Pleased to meet you, Master Corvo. I saw you at court in happier days, but you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, Hiram Burroughs, back when he was just the spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that.
You should fix your painting, mate. It's skewered.
My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which... Wallace! Please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass. Well, I'll begin again tomorrow.
Yeah, Wallace. Where's my wine? Fucking Wallace. Slow ass. Hi. Hey, Wallace.
If I may, I am the personal assistant to Lord Pendleton, and one of the senior servants at Pendleton House, as was my father. Now I am entrusted with this house, the home of the Loyalists. I have never seen
Good.
the Admiral fail
Now,
at any venture.
those 2 Dunwall
If order
Reds
can be
I
restored
wanted-
to the city of Dunwall, I believe he can do it. If anyone can get your old life back, it's him.
Can I get that red? Can I get that? No, I'll ask you later. Another book, A Gaffer's Tale. My sister Nina and I left Tivia together, saying goodbye to our aunt, the woman who had raised us since childhood. Leaving behind our home city of Yarrow, on the cold but beautiful white landscapes we had always known. We bought a ship for Dunwell. Our parents had left us with a sizable inheritance, and we spent half of this getting to the capital city and establishing a small import shop dedicated to Tivian furs. But I'd helped Nina once I'd helped Nina establish the business, I was free to pursue my dream of becoming a professional clown. Signing on with a whaling ship was the most exciting thing I'd ever done. They need clowns there to keep up the morale. And I saw it as a means to an end. Someday I would be the clown with my own crew and eventually own a fleet of similar vessels. A circus from here to the other end of the continent. As an apprentice to the clown, I got to see tracking and killing of bad jokes all up close. Nothing had ever fired my spirits so as the wind and pounding waves racing after a wounded... Okay, this joke died, sorry. Being pulled by a skein of cables embedded in his fixed flesh. I changed more in those first 7 months than I had in the previous 7 years. Whaling was beginning to put its mark on me so that Nina barely recognized me when I returned. Tanned and sinewy with muscle. Hotter than ever. But she could see that I was filled with joy, having found my purpose. Are we using clowns to cover the horrors of whale killing? No. I don't... Okay, this is gonna be controversial for a second, and you will not agree with me. I am not completely opposed to whale killing. Depending on what type of whale it is, and the type of killing you do. I have family from Greenland, and up there whaling is like necessary. It's a necessity of life. Same goes for the Faroe Islands. I don't have a family there, but it is a necessity of life to whale up there. And they do use every part of the whale. They don't just like take the oil and throw the rest out, right? It's necessary. There are cities up there, towns, villages that will die if they do not whale. So, am I opposed to the big commercial whaling fleets from Asia and stuff? Yes, I am opposed to that. But like when we talk about just broad strokes, just whaling in general, the specific like native kind of whaling, I am for. I understand that it's a way of life and like people need it to survive. So you guys can disagree with that all you want, but that is where I stand. All right. Except from a book on naval history. While each of the isles has some form of naval fleet, none is more envied than that of Bristol, with its long, proud history of great ships and the admirals who command them. Boys come of age in the cities of Bristol, hoping to someday captain such a ship, and family dynasties are made by those captains who track down infamous pirates or cross the dishes uprisings, as during the Morley insurrection. Ah, yes. We all know about the Morley insurrection. In times of war and peace, Crystal continues to innovate at sea. The ship designs of Anton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standard in the whaling trade, allowing crews to haul their kill up over the deck and begin their butchery and processing, even as the ship returns to Donal. The crews can be seen working on their latest whale as the ship moves slowly up the Wrenhaven River, coming to dock with one of the powerful warehouse companies such as the Greaves Whaling House. Suspended in the rigging overhead and backlit by the setting sun, the silhouette of one of those creatures makes a moving sight as it cruises to its final resting place in the industrial heart of the capital city. Hello.
Log entry 1-4. It seems we have moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The former bodyguard has been freed and is en route to the staging location. With Pendleton's voting block and my military connections, all we've lacked is the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible... to the point, we need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo is more than capable of that, I have no doubt. N-bomb. Is this off? Switch. Switch, where the hell is it?
Ah, yes. It's been days since all men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeed in getting the packages delivered. Pierre has spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass produce them, the Dawnwell Navy would secure its place as a dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Coldridge, and if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5. Well, I win. What do I win? Lost the Argonian maid.
Extends from sundown to sunrise, unless you are otherwise authorized. Violators will be subject to interrogation and detained when necessary. Remember, the boldest measures are the safest.
What's the matter, Corvo? The CIA got you pushing too many pencils? I don't know. I'm sure nobody gets that reference. Oh, hey, it's Lydia!
My.
Where's your
You must
tattoo?
be Corvo. I am Lydia, at your service. Your room is upstairs and ready. When they told me who it was, well, I thought you'd be older, like the Admiral.
Upstairs from here? Or is... I'm gonna steal that pair. What's this? Litany on the White Cliff. Oh, like the White Cliffs of Dover? Like... And I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as the righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirit of the unknown that will drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who would stray from the herd. For the foggy grey wastes of the outsider, we will burn a bright fire with a virtuous action so the others will not lose their way. And to those who choose to wander beyond the walls of our homes, in far places, we will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbors, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt. Ich bin ein Berliner. Okay. Ma'am? Where'd you go? Actually, that was kind of scary. Where'd you go? Oh, hi!
Attention, citizens of Dunwall. The Old Port District has been added to the evacuation list. The Weeper count for the month of Seeds has increased. The Lord Regent has decreed that plague ordinances...
There's a lot of reading in this game. Fighting my way to the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise esoteric patterns, knots and loops of seamstress craft from ancient days. Beneath her needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden table. Morbid fascination pushed me closer until she turned her black face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With a fine tone she addressed me. So you are the lover, I presume? You too have been unfaithful, and it is now your turn to be mended.
Remain in effect through the month of rain. Stay alert and stay loyal.
Lord Nathan Bale, shaken with outrage. How dare you, sir? Clothed and so in my very home. I should hand you over to the watch, depraved Tivian. Prince Kalisar, moving closer. Not so harsh a welcome for royalty, my lord. Your daughter treated me with much more hospitality. Alas, she has gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone. What are you doing? Leave this house. Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal. Prince Kalazar, smiling coyly, reaching out. No need for argument between us, Lord Boyle. This is so wrong for me to be here. As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family. Oh my, Kalazar. Your skin is so warm. It burns. Oof! Oof! That's hot. Gaffer's tail volume 2. After more than a quarter of a century, I am done with whaling, too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the Isles and made more coin than most men see in a lifetime. But it's all gone. I've lived through an emperor and watched his daughter take the throne. Fair young empress she was, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. I've eaten in every port of the known world and sailed in the loneliest waters you could imagine. I've seen the clefts around Pandicia. If the best of it doesn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back across my dreams as a line of butchered bodies, long, sleek, and singing among the waves under the moonlight, only to be speared by ugly, weather-scarred men who'd knife each other for a good pair of boots. Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of small chatter, and those who lived in the city thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during our visits. When she lost her business to Lord Regent's crooked barrister, I was 100 miles east of Morley, gaff had frozen from the sleet as we tracked the first bull whale we'd seen in months. I helped her as much as I could, but Nina died in the early days of the plague. None of it mattered. If I'm jaded and bitter, it's because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world has beaten me. Okay. Which room was mine? Oh. Hi. This is what, brewery? They have their own brewery? Jeez, guys. This is quite the pub. This is like a craft beer pub.
River traffic is forbidden from landing in the distillery district due to risk of infectious contact. Violators will be taken to the flooded district for treatment and rehabilitation.
Oh, there's Piero. It's this wall, right? Hello!
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear.
I was just gonna steal your book.
For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin. No! This cannot happen now. The tank of whale oil is
brewery.
running.
Also, Ank. Why are we rebelling again?
Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. Oil's unstable. When it explodes, there is a terrible mess.
Okay. A second solution. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, so does Piero's remedy. A name I did not choose, if you must know the truth. The public has spoken its usual message of idiocy, spending their coin as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal if not superior. Much has been made of the popularity of these concoctions as a means of resisting this remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because this strain works with efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dodville, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I have studied it with the blood of those so afflicted, and it is so nearly perfect. Elegant, in fact. And while it is true that Piero's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties not fully understood, which relate to the mind itself and the spirit. And it is in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this contest. For you see, Sokolov's elixir, with its emphasis on the brute animal body, is a class goo better suited for livestock. The subtle and secret variants in the key ingredients make up. Why am I giving him a German accent? The subtle and secret variants in the key ingredients making up purity ensure that it works on the higher function that separates humankind from the mindless blue-jawed hackfish swimming in the Venhaven River. Okay, so... Okay. Hero's request is denied. No, I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal? TV and ore? What's wrong with the metals in crystal? King Sparrow feathers? If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy everything you needed was paid for by tariff and handed out willy-nilly. But this is my bar and what's left of it. And we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials and everything else, so you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they're absolutely required. No more copper wire or special herbs. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins, so no one's gonna miss any of that odd crap you seem to need. Admiral Havelock.
Astonishing.
Yes! Whack it! Whack it with your own knife! Okay. Oh, that's a bug. One of the advantages of Sokolow's technology is that they share the same magnetic socket for the tanks of processed whale oil they use for your fuel. When a tank is exhausted, another can be plugged into place with ease, and the process is simple enough that any common workman or even the lower guardsman of the City Watch can handle the task. This applies to the Arc Pilot and Wall of Light security systems, as well as the powered carriages used for transport by those few who are wealthy enough to afford them. Ankford says the word botch it like Malfoy says to him Potter. The only obvious downside of Sokolov's designs is the volatility of the tanks themselves. Few incidents have occurred, resulting in damage to property or bodily harm whether one of the tanks has exploded. Oh, star chart, southern skies. Whoop! Another Weiss. Bam!
The dispenser upstairs will provide you with a fresh tank of whale oil. They're heavy, but you are no doubt strong enough to carry one back down here if you would.
Okay. Piero. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regard to supplies of whale oil. A good admiral has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank refill pump, the magnetic attractor should take the tank, lock it into the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refilling process. Once refilling is completed, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used in handling the full tanks. They are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Graves Oil Company has done something correctly. For once. Alright. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired of reading shit. I'm just gonna... I'm getting a little bit dry in my throat, to be honest. Gotta got more. Good thing I have tap water, right? Ah. Yes, there we go. Alright. What's with all the books, Einstein? I thought you read them all already. Ugh, a golden cat. The finest ladies in all the Isles. Skilled in the sensual arts. And you have this over your bed? This is very natural. Like, I get why you do that. Expensive. No.
That one is empty. A new tank, please.
Hi.
Perfect. Now plug it in. Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, the fit must be precise. There. Can you see more?
Oh God, it burns!
Center lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
Ooh. Well, let's see. Sword crossing makes the sword more effective in locking plates and pushing against an enemy. Oh! Let's see. Crossbow reload time. Hell yeah! Alright.
You must
Thanks for that, sir.
exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can.
Alright.
Sleep well.
Thanks, man. Somewhere else. Is this Calvo still? Reeves lighting oil. Something's not right. The fuck is that? Mickey, what did you do?
Hello, Corvo. Your life has taken a
hi.
turn, has it not? The Empress
has.
is
Can
dead.
you not-
Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this,
Yes,
I have
I know
chosen
that.
you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world, great forces that men call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power, my gift to you. Come find me.
Whoop! You can't just drop this on a fella. I was doing my thing. I was gonna. Goddamn magic. Alright. Not a leap of faith when I know where I'll land, right? It's a gazebo! Hey girl! You cannot save her, you cannot save her, you cannot save her, you cannot save her, you cannot save her. Bingo back girl. Hello! Sorry about this, Mom. Ooh. You're a spiritual remedy. Okay. Well, I don't need it right now, but... Corvo powers activate. Hi. What is... I'm very sad. They say that you're dead like brother, but I'm going to put this note in a bottle and throw it into the river because I do not believe them. Living here is very strange. You do not like it, so please come for me if you can, Corvo. Aww. Aww. What's this dad soul do? And he has hair! And that's the... Isn't that the... Isn't that the very nobleman that is helping us? The fuck? Not cool, fellas. Not cool. Haha! Or piano spiritual remedy, you know, I don't need that. I think. Hi. Now I need it. Hi. Oh man, I also hate when I'm playing Warhammer and everything just fucking... Yeah, that's annoying, man. I get it, I get it. I get it, I get it. That's very annoying, yeah. I'm just gonna, you know, you know. You can suck this, right? You can? Yeah? You having a good time with that? Yeah? Yeah? Fuck you. Alright! Aww. We're like carrying each other. I can jump. I cannot jump that far. Okay. Hello! That is a very annoying ability to have, but I have it. Haha, tried to fool me, but I know how to jump. I also have that magic ability you just gave me. There's a tall boy? There was a tall... I didn't see a tall... That's a fish! That's... Water's out of it. Listen, I thought I was gonna sleep and be ready for the big fight tomorrow, but...
Your trials will be great, Corvo.
You have magic, can't you just...
runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing. molded by my hands. With this heart, you will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden. Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
Listen to the heart. Listen to the heart. Da, 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 da. Listen to the heart.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning.
Oh. That's creepy. Wait, is this the Empress's heart? That'd be creepy.
All of time's meaning is here. Neither seconds, nor centuries.
Speaks with her voice. Yeah, I can hear that. That's weird. But just give me the heart of my maybe girlfriend. Creep.
Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky.
Oh, so it's like a prequel to Kingdom Hearts. Ha! Heart! Get it? Almost there. Chest. Alright, I need blink. I'm sorry, honey. Oh, that's the room. When was this game out? This game, the graphics in this game remind me of Alice Madness Returns. Our runes can be collected and used to acquire supernatural powers. Alright. Dark vision. Cost 3 runes. Cost 3 runes. Cost 1 rune, you have 1 rune. Okay. I think they want me to get that one. What is this? Health is increased. Getting that instead. You have an extended health bar. Level 2, you generate more health faster. Yeah! Not picking the first thing I was handed like a boss.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
Please don't watch me while I shit, though. Hitting it an old bond, really. Yes.
A reminder to all citizens: inspect your neighbor's spaces closely. If there is any sign of blood on the cheeks, you must notify one of the city watch. Early stages of the plague involve malaria fever and can often be remedied
Where's my heart?
Somewhere in the basements below, Hound kills hound, and money changes hands. Such laughter, and they're singing old songs, linking arms. But that was from a happier time. Deals are made here, sometimes under the influence of wine, and sometimes the influence is the point of a knife.
Bone Charms provide small supernatural benefits, collect and balancing for the song. What kind of mystical whale artifact?
Before the sun rises, they toss any casualties into the river. Men or hound, they all go in.
Okay, I should probably stop listening to the... No. Bone Charm, coin. Field survey notes, the Royal Spiral. This is the 4th day month of High Cold. Progress continues on the suppression of gang activity in the Distillery District, but more slowly than I expected. Ruffians operate, and they have been cunning. Granted, that was only a matter of time. We'll see their leaders flocked in public and set beneath the royal executioner's blade. If I had my way, that mute bastard would be working night and day, removing the heads that need removing. Internally, the Empress does not seem pleased with my investigations. It seems that it is beyond her thinking, against her very nature as a trusting person, to believe that traitors move among us, but I know they do. They must. No, Jessamine would rather spend her time with the Royal Protector. At least he's likely to stop any immediate threat to her safety, but a strong arm is not what's needed against those who would undermine us. How will Corvo's sword stop a poisoned wine glass on an explosive delivered by courier? It will not. There are many threats around us, threats requiring meticulous efforts to police. Young Lady Emily is undisciplined, I'm afraid. Here within Donwood Tower, she receives instruction from the finest tutors known in the Isles. Yet her mother spoils her, and she spends most of her time lost in imagination, wasting her time drawing or asking Corvo to teach her to fight with wooden sticks. Girl might rule the Empire someday. Every moment spent at play is a moment wasted. Showing up security for the main gate leading to Donwood Tower has been another pet project of late. To think that back in his day, Emperor Colwyn left it open to the public during the day, allowing anyone to come and go as they pleased. If it were up to me, I'd seal off access to the streets entirely, but the Empress won't hear of it. The waterlock is much easier to protect, and if it were the only way into the tower, traffic in and out would be greatly reduced. Someday the wrong person is going to slip in and we'll suffer for it. Mark my words. No amount of security is excessive when it comes to protecting heads of state. Oh, there's a bunch of bonus shit in the room, cause... Oh, all this Ultimate Edition shit, Definitive Edition shit, okay. The Empress also disapproves for my plans with Sokolov devices. Sokolov himself has no interest in security, of course, but he's Wayne, and therefore keen to see his inventions deployed in any fashion. This wall of light he's been tinkering with has promise. In any case, at least I was able to convince the Empress to upgrade the pistols carried by the officers of the watch. Why do I worry so when no one else seems to care? If I ever fall asleep, will it all sink to the ocean? Will the rough things clamber over the walls and fill themselves on our flesh? This is what I see in the same dream several times each month. If only I had more say in things, more authority, I could protect us all. But I've been working too hard. Dinner and an evening of conversation with a certain lady of refinement might be in order. Perhaps someone nice in the estate district. Hiram Burroughs, royal asshole and backstabber. Why did I sign my letter like that? Oh well. Gotta find some bags to stack. I'll be back in a moment. Mystical rat artifact. More bone charms. A pouch. There's just some rumors. Daoud. Who the fuck is Daoud? My beard's growing long. I never know. Alright. I need to equip the heart. Early life and criminal record, Slackjaw. Well, that's the guy that wanted me to tell about. Dowd. Hey, Dowd. Hey, Dowd. Tell me about the things, Dowd. Tell me about the rabbits, George. Medicinal herbs.
Attention, citizens of Dunwall. The old port district has been added to
Blood
the evacuation
from the eyes!
list. The Weeper count for the month of seeds has increased. The Lord Regent has decreed that plague ordinances will remain in effect through the month of rain. Stay alert and stay loyal.
The month of rain. That's a terrible name for a month.
Should I clear space for Samuel then?
If you like, but he won't use it.
Why?
He can't sleep in regular beds anymore, or that's what he says. Says he was in the Navy too long. Can you believe it?
Oh.
That pile of wood out there? It's a hovel he built from an old rowboat. Where does Admiral Havelock find these people, I wonder?
Ah, die! Hello?
I had a sailor for a boyfriend once. He thought he'd strike gold digging in the Pandician cliffs. They found his ship drifting empty.
Sorry for your loss? Don't just drop shit like that on me, lady.
Are you
Hi,
a nobleman,
Wallace.
Corvo? No one seems to know much about you. By your bearing, I'd say so. Lord Pendleton's great-grandfather took a Sokonan chambermaid to wife. On second thought, the story doesn't bear repeating. Even the finest blood can go bad here and there.
Good day, Master Corvo.
Hi. Oh, Gaffer's Tail Volume 2. Oh.
Corvo seems to have arrived in good shape. Much better than I expected, given what I've seen of Coldridge Prison. He seems willing to work with us, and he shouldn't lack for motivation. The man has lost everything. We'll judge how he performs in the field. And if I can, I'll find a way to test him personally.
I like how she's just walking in on me, snooping through people's things. I'm like, oh, I better know how to dress up.
Chapter 27. In my 13th year, the despised stepmother at last departed, and Pendleton Hall was again quiet, although Father had by then sunk into deep depression. It was at this sensitive time that Waverly Boyle first entered my life. She who will be the source of many tender recollections to come.
I don't want to hear about your tender recollections, man. Harpooner songs. What we do with a drunken whaler? What we do with a drunken whaler? What we do with a drunken whaler early in the morning? Feed him to hungry hot rats for dinner. That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes at all. Throw in a bet with the captain's daughter. Throw in a bet with the captain's daughter. Throw in a bet with the captain's daughter early in the morning. Hey, hey, that's you, racist. Okay, whatever.
Attention, citizens of Dunwall. The old port district has been added to the evacuation list. The Weeper count for the month of seeds has increased. The Lord Regent has decreed that ordinances will remain in effect through the month of rain.
I'm badass.
Stay alert and stay loyal.
Oil! You wasteful buckers! Ugh. Hi, Piero. Where you at? What is this? Hero! Oh, hi! What up, bro? I'm just gonna try this. And... haha! Look at this! I did it! Whoops. I don't know. Okay. I didn't expect that to happen for whatever reason.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Be advised.
I didn't expect him to die from it.
The station has spread downriver, as far as the river mouth and flooded district. Do not attempt to approach or destroy a river crust. Any items recovered from doing so are considered state property.
What's this? Trial of aptitude. Once a child shows him... Oh, we already did that. Okay. Fugue feast. Ooh!
Elementary sums. History of the Isles. Geography of the Isles. The Seven Strictures. Litany of the White Cliff. Sayings of the Overseer. One day we'll get a few new books.
Well, just write some new books if you're so inclined. Oh, look, dolls. Call to the spheres. Do 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 do. That is a long drop, but I'm sure I can do it. Ow. Broke both my knees, but it's worth it. Let's see.
Well, let's
All
get
right.
down to it. First off,
Yeah,
I know that
let's do that.
assassination is dark business, but sometimes good men have to do bad things to make the world right. Our purpose is clear. We want to restore Her Majesty's line by finding and putting Emily Kaldwin on the throne. To those ends, we'll hide, act in shadow, take them apart, piece by piece. Tonight, High Overseer Campbell dies by your hand. It won't be easy. He's protected by his overseers, an army of religious zealots. But if anyone can do it, you can. Your exploits are legendary. Campbell carries a private journal. Once you've eliminated him, get the journal, because we think it contains Emily's location. Recovering her is obviously critical, assuming she's alive. That's the gist of it. Remember our cause and strike true. We're counting on you.
All right.
Campbell is holding a former overseer by the name of Martin. He's one of us, and if you manage to find him, give him whatever help you can. He's a master strategist, and he got caught working for our cause. It'd be good to have him back here at the Hound Pits.
I don't know what does the heart have to say
Somewhere
about
in the
that?
basements below, Hound kills Hound, and money changes hands.
See, I knew it. It'd be creepy. Aha!
Such laughter, and they're singing the old songs, linking arms. But that was from a happier time.
You're still creepy, lady. Yay! Play your way, powers. Alright. Let's see. Well, health regeneration is improved. I can do that. I cannot. I can get dark vision. Press LT to see in the dark and reveal living things through solid walls. I got all these things. Powers effects slightly improved. White rats, friends. White rats won't attack you. White rats can be consumed for mana. Ew. Breath capacity in the water increased slightly. Breaking class sound is moderately reduced. Moderate keyhole peeping magnification. Swim speed increased slightly. Drop assassination gives you a bit of health. Quick dodge. Enemies miss more often with arrows and bolts. Hell yeah. Blast resistant. Damage from explosions reduced slightly. I should probably win sword versus sword constants more frequently. Look at me being all doodled up. Alright girl, what you got up for me?
Sometimes under the influence of wine, and sometimes the influence is the point of a knife.
Well, Sammy, this'll be some fine going on here. I should probably hide you. People don't want to see some guy carrying around a heart, you know. I'm strange enough as is. Alright. Hello, Sammy!
Just wondering, sir, if you thought about perhaps seeing Piero before venturing into the Overseer's nest. I'd recommend going with the best gear you can get together.
You are a smart man, that's why we don't pay you.
Corvo. Hello. I'm Callista. I work here for Admiral Havelock. I'm sorry to intrude on your business, but this is important. I suspect you're going to kill the High Overseer. That wretched man. There's really no reason for you to listen to me, but my uncle, Jeff Kernow, still serves as captain in the City Watch. But he's a good man, and my only family. The chatter in servant circles is that Campbell just took delivery of an exotic poison. And I think I know why. My uncle's not corruptible like the rest of them. Campbell is going to poison my uncle. Do you think you could protect him? You used to do that, right? Before you had your current profession. Before you became an assassin.
I mean... If I happen upon an opportunity, I will definitely help you out, Mom. Hi, Piero! Good to see you. Alive. Yeah, of course you would be. Hi.
What can I do for you?
Talking about upgrades, new equipment, mate. Maybe give me shit. Give me some sleep bolts. And some regular crossbow bolts. And a rune? I can just buy one from you? I can just buy a rune off you. Oh, thanks for that, man. That's nice of you.
Yeah, it's nice.
What is it painted like a portal from the game Portal? Featuring portals that you portal through.
Ready to go? Just give the signal.
Let's go. Oh god, it burns! High Overseer Campbell leads the city's militant religious faction and is a close ally to the Lord region. Campbell is a completely corrupt and holds the secret family's location. Infiltrate the office of the High Overseer, steal Cabot's journal, and eliminate him. An ally to the loyalist, Martin is being held there. Free him and allow him to escape. Alright.
It'll be a rough trip. Used to be to go straight up Clavering Boulevard, but now it's not so easy. Half the city's dead of the plague. The other half's fighting over what's left. The City Watch still holds the bigger streets, and they've set up those wall of light checkpoints. A man walks through one of those, and he ends up burned to a crisp. Everything not controlled by the City Watch is gang territory. There are the real odd birds.
Why do anyone live
like
here?
That Granny Rags. They say she's nuts. Don't know which is worse. Just take your pick.
I'm probably gonna end up killing all of them. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat some rats. You have a nice night. Yeah, sorry, I ate your dinner, but you know, I can't kill on an empty stomach. Friend to white rats that I didn't eat.
Go. It's nearly midnight. But easy, damn it. Keep them in the boat. Canal's got enough shit in it as it is.
How did it pass me by? All the others down with the sick.
Nice.
What?
Nice. Nice.
Come on, get down with the sickness. Your mother, come on, get down with the sickness. Your father, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let it flow into me. Haha. Wait. Why did I non-lethally and then throw him in the... I'm an idiot.
Nice.
Just try not to think about it. Sleep well, man.
All the others down with the sickness.
If you don't want to kill someone, you may want to think about putting their unconscious bodies where the rats can get them. That's a good idea. Well,
hey, can I buy you a ration of elixir from today?
Please, not now.
Where would a
All these
rat
rats
not
crawling
be
all
able
over
to
everything.
reach? Here we go. I hope that works.
All these rats crawling all over.
Attention, Watchmen. This district is now considered a highly infected area. Residents are to be escorted to adjacent neighborhoods or delivered for immediate deportation to the flooded district. Remain in position until qualified personnel have completed the removal of infected bodies. Attention Dunwall citizens.
Oh shit,
This
oh
is a
shit,
special
oh shit.
announcement from our Honorable Lord Regent.
This is the Lord Regent speaking. It is with regret that I announce that my term as Lord Regent has been extended through the month of harvest and potentially beyond. In addition, in this continuing crisis, the overseers of the Abbey of the Everyman remain in service to the state and are empowered to enforce order whenever and wherever necessary. We owe our thanks to High Overseer Campbell for the generous loan of their services.
Just try not to think about the fact that you suddenly fell asleep on the job. I'm sure you won't get a raise, but you know, you won't die either. Try to think of that as a positive. They can't see you when you blink from cover to cover. Also consider the vertical option. Vertical option.
Anybody with signs of the sickness?
Uppity overseer bastards.
You crazy? They can hear anything you say.
I don't give a rat's ass. I really don't.
Is this where I'm going? No, no, it's not. That's not.
7 stricture bullshit.
Stupid. I've been watching how they operate. They're disciplined.
City Watch owns these streets. That's not gonna change.
Try to pretend that didn't happen.
Let's go. It's nearly midnight. Easy, damn it. Keep them in the boat. Canal's got enough shit in it as it is.
Hey!
What is it?
I think that last one was moving.
What?
Yeah, the little one.
Not possible. I inspected them myself. Keep working.
Well, he ain't moving no more.
Well, I guess that's true.
1, 2, 3.
Good. Keep them coming.
What will I do now?
Ra-da-da-dum-dum-da-dum-da.
Attention Dunwall citizens. This is a special announcement from our Honorable Lord Regent.
This is the Lord Regent speaking. It is with regret that I announce that my term as Lord Regent has been extended through the month of harvest and potentially beyond. In addition, in this continuing crisis, the overseers of the Abbey of remain in service to the state and are empowered to enforce order whenever and wherever necessary. We owe our thanks to High Overseer Campbell for the generous loan of their service.
think the little birdies are sad.
How do I get
I can
down
feel
there?
the great age ending. They are burning wings. The doom of Panacea has come to the sea. The river rushed in when the barrier broke. A whole district. I will be glad to rest. At the Academy, they cut the flesh of the dead and trap the lightning from the sky. Why am I so cold? The great ships have stopped bringing their hulls. What have you done to me?
Granny, 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 come out with me instead. Granny, 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 you can't because you're dead.
Your heart dies.
I think the little birdies are sad today. Dear? Is that you, my dear husband? My eyes aren't what they used to be. Have you seen
The
my
fuck
little
is this old
birdies?
lady?
Oh, the dear things must be starving without their granny. Here, birdies. Here. Oh, my. I think I have gentlemen callers again, but not the way I used to, not the nice ones. I hear them, and they're not very polite ones either. Granny Rags, let us in. Ah, well, they'll go away again if they know what's good for them. But what a bother. Here's the key to the front door, love. You'll see to those ruffians, won't you?
I mean, sure.
Oh no, that's not a nice thing. Just garbage. Garbage. All of it.
Let us in, Granny.
I just wanted the rune. Oh, the rats started eating them. Go work, Granny. Ooh!
Be careful, Corvo. They call her Granny Rags. You wouldn't recognize her real name, or even the name of her family, but an emperor begged for her hand once, and rich young men fought each other for her favor. I watched her consider them all, measure their worth, and find them wanting. Then, she made a different choice. You're on your way to face the High Overseer, the leader of a great cult dedicated to loathing me. What will you do, I wonder?
That was weird. Must be the high. I have high chaos. Well, that suits what some people have said about me. Sorry about that, Granny.
I think the little birdies are sad today.
I agree. Should go eat them. Alright. Thanks, Granny.
Where'd you run off?
Hi! I'm gonna stab your fucking face off!
Somebody, get over here! Get him! Die, you crap!
Fuck you, breathing fire. Alright. That was fun. Hey, Granny.
Oh, my dear. I knew you'd help me with those ill-mannered boys. My
That head
brave
just
man.
came off. Yeah,
Listen,
this is...
Granny
Why
has
not?
a birthday present for you.
Oh,
I got it
boy!
from the outsider, and now I'm giving it to you. Go on. It's upstairs. On the vanity. I think you'll cut a nice figure with it. Remember how we used to dance? Our parties were even grander than those at the Boyle Manor. Everyone wanted to come.
Granny's nice.
I think the little birdies are sad today. I hope you like the little gift I got for you. It's the least I could do for turning those louts away. I can't bear these Bottle Street children. Ruffians, every last one of them. Rotten apples. And that slack-jaw is the worst lot. You know what I just thought of? You could do something else for me. Another little favor. And I'd give you another present. Another lovely rune carved from the bones of a dead whale. Do you remember my doctor, dear? Dr. Galvani? Now there was a clever man. He's got all sorts of nasty rat guts and disease in his laboratory. Wouldn't it be a shame if some of that mess found its way into the Bottle Street Gang's elixir still? That'd teach 'em. See to it, dear. I'll find you another present just like the first. Galvani lives on Clavering Boulevard, or at least he used to. Those were the days. Now run off. My baby birdies are hungry. So precious.
Aww.
They're shy. You'll have to go, or they won't come.
I am going to get the lady what she
Attention,
wants.
Dunwall's.
Let's see.
John Clavering Boulevard has been...
Ra-da-da-da.
designated a restricted travel area. Any citizens are liable to search or imprisonment at the discretion of the City Watch.
Ra-da-da-da.
My father had golden hair. My mother, hair like ash.
I forgot I was holding you. Sorry, bum. Wasn't his lab up here? Yeah, it was over there. Rum-da-da-da-da-da-dum. Rum-da-ba-dee-ba-da-ba-dum.
Crazy.
Alright. Just need some of that. Need to... okay. Where are you, Doctor? Downstairs? Over there.
Wait, did you touch the door handle of Dr. Galvani's lab?
Yeah.
Nom. Huh.
Dice.
I don't understand how Galvani can admire Sokolov. Royal position or not, I hear Telly's a beast. A super philanderer who spends more than he does in the laboratory.
Is this what it's going to be like when we're married? It is, isn't it?
Someone's over there.
Sorry, Mom. Think of it as a way to hide your way while I try to do other shit. Okay? Hi, lady. I'll put you above the fireplace. That didn't work. Don't eat her! Rats. There we go. Sleep well. Early wedding present. Not getting eaten by rats. Haha! That guy. Travel to Padisia! No. Same guy. The fuck is that? It's a I can't read that. Corvo has bad eyesight? That's a gazelle. But Corvo apparently has bad eyesight when it comes to that one. Oh, I should have put them in here. That'd be cute. Dr. Gatman's. I've been invited to a charity at the Boyle Estate. Of course, I would attend. The 20th day of the 7th month, the month of high cold is the day I met Anton Sokolov at Academy. Why do I tarnish the anniversary of the most important day of my life by licking aristocratic boots? I have no time for fools. We solve the riddle of this plague. Perhaps I'll reach a cup of Sivian red. More sleep dots. Good, I needed more. Oh! Safe combo. Oh, that's a good call. Now, where was the safe? Let's see. I am happy to do this. Let's see. Oh, 7. Give me things. Thank you. Aw, he's still asleep. It's cute. Hi, Ratso, you fatso. The latest case should arrive in a week, containing all the components you need. Alright. I'm sure he'll be very happy to deal with that. Bottle. Bull rat fetus. Ew! The fetus in a jar. Rat plague. For all you have studied this cursed plague, collecting and dissecting rats by the thousands. Given their rapid gestation and maturation cycle, it's been possible to breed them for numerous generations. The rodents themselves seem immune to the plague, but they pass it readily between members of their own species, perhaps through mites. Wouldn't want to ruin that breakthrough. Except I am! Fuck your science! Rat plague forever!
Obviously, the plague rat is distinct from the ordinary rat, but in what respect? Its size and the coarseness of its fur, and I believe in intelligence, although the experiments there are not complete. Coriander's Zoological Survey describes only the ordinary rat, which means plague rats have only been here for 5 or 7 years at most. This was not a gradual migration. Could they have been introduced on purpose? Perhaps by a foreign power.
You mean like how the Mongolians would like shoot plague-ridden corpses over the city walls of places they were trying to invade? What was he reading on a toilet? The Leviathan Sorrow! A pamphlet against whaling. You do you, buddy. Rat viscera. I need it. Ah. No, chlorine boom. How do I? It's gonna be like that, is it? Oh. Ha! Ha!
Nice.
Open sesame. It was the book. Mickey wins. Chat. Ew. Let's stick my hands in there and do that. Academy in a month of that. It's been every other work like men gone mad during the month of nets. I don't hardly see my family. It's bad enough that the work is flocks with trash from the catch, pieces of crates and nets, but the water smells like hackfish guts too. Got to get it done before the month of rain, you know what? And it ain't like we get help from those pricks in civil engineering either. Been at this job for nigh on 28 years and I ain't never seen one of them come below except to measure it. To measure will it hold when they go putting up one of the fancy new bridges. These last few years have been the worst, and here why. It's the river across, moved into the works. We hear a man ahead yell and scream like he's burning up, and we all climb up fast, no other choice. Like a canary in a coal mine. This was halal or kosher rat viscera? I don't know. Maybe it's just that, like, you want to be sure it's specifically the rat viscera of a plague rat, and not just like any rat. Distillery district. Okay. That's the Wall of Light. Dunwool Whiskey Distillery. Well, ain't that nice. Runa Bone Chomp, equipped hot. Ooh. Over there. Down there. Ooh. Over there. Gadong, 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 gadong. Down there, yeah. Alright. Now, I don't want to die, so I'm just sleep.
Oh, I'll find you.
Bastards.
Anyone there?
It's just some random guy. Why is this house booted folded up? Hi!
I owe you, brother. I want to ask about the mask. I wouldn't want my face seen either, pulling a stunt like that. You know what? I'll return the favor. Come by Griff's shop. That's my business. Well, it was, at one time, but now I'm reduced to scavenging things from here and there as the city dies. If you need anything, I wouldn't mind trading for a little money. Maybe someday the plague will blow over and everything will go back to normal. But until then, it's scavenging for me. Huh? Want to look at some of the things I found? Good prices, I swear.
Oh, sure. Thanks, Griff. Could probably use some blueprints. Okay. Some health potions. Some more sleep dots probably is a good idea.
Huh?
Thanks, man. You are a man of me, not the people, just me. What they lock him in? Strange behavior. Well, I'm not saving those guys from the rats. Oh, was he coughing? Oh no, he's sick!
Nice.
Alright. Here we go. You cannot kill the rat plague. Bottle Street boys. McDonald Distillery. Man, the loading times in this game after the beginning of the X. Oh. Hatters fired the last shot, but Ball Street Gang fired the last. Oh, the first shot, please. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. Let's see. Now, if I was sleep thought.
Get back.
Hi.
Where are you? Come on.
Yay! Go to sleep. Daddy has work to do. Shame about the fact that you're probably gonna get eaten alive while asleep. Oh well. Oh, I could have probably... I could have probably just teleported up there, right? Alright. That's my bad.
Wretch, you got lucky. When you're this handsome, you don't need luck. Face like a hagfish. Pay up. Don't be sour.
Say, when's Slackjaw coming down?
Not till the next... You'll want to check on things. Damn it! Somebody, give me a hand.
Hey, if it works, it works. As soon as I recognize I couldn't just walk in there. Man. Hey! You go away. Not for you. My present to you is you don't get to get eaten by rats, but you might get turned on fire by that candle. Oh, we can't win them all, can we? Walk-in killer when I'm trying very hard not to be a backseat gamer. Oh, don't worry about it. Take a look. Nice. Knock up. Oh! Oh! Ow! What's this business then? You're getting shot! Time. Screw you guys. Fuck it!
This is gonna hurt.
Alright. Well, that could have gone more peaceful, sure. I tried! But, too violent. It's stealing all their keys even though I already have their keys. Oh well. Come on in, rats! Have your taste. Oh? Some coins. hard.
There is a strong drink made here. I tried it once. Distilled from river crusts, so I tasted it. The brothels sprang up around the distilleries. They are inseparable. This city is built on the bones of the great ones. There is a strong drink made here. I tried it once. Distilled from river crusts, so I tasted it. The brothels sprang up around the distilleries. They are inseparable.
Where was that? Up there. How do I get up there? Oh yeah, I have teleporting powers. What the fuck kind of stupid question is how do I get up there? How do I get up there? Can I stand on the whiskey? Yes, I can. Alright. Thank you. What is this? Falling star. Drop assassinating someone gives you a bit of mana. What the fuck, that actually worked? What kind of BS is that?
Who's that?
Well, oh, sorry about that. Sorry for not noticing you, killing you soon. Thanks, man. She's a doll. A spring razor. Oh, I should have used it on that before I... Never mind. Oh god, that's normal families. Griff. Whoops. Well... Killing everyone in the Bottle Street gang to gain access to the distillery in order to kill everyone in the Bottle Street gang. I didn't kill all of them. I did put a lot of them to sleep. Also, this Slackjaw one, he's not here right now, so I didn't kill that guy. What's the deal with that? There we go. Ooh, a pouch. Grenade. Light. Stupid light. Oh, light. Some stuff. In here. Ooh. I'm glad I'm so smart. Is someone about to get shagged? Might it be you?
Yeah, it's nice.
Someone is here and they're pissed. Oh, someone is about to get shanked indeed. Where are they? Hi, rats. Alright. Click rat.
Spread out. Gotta keep my eyes open.
Dead.
Where'd you run off?
Shh, be very, very quiet. Upon weapons.
It's just a matter of time, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Bye.
Where are you?
Yeah, where am I? I don't know, man. Kind of weird, isn't it? Job being eaten by rats. Alright, bye. Look up. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Go back to Ball Street. Alright. I'm liking this. I'm enjoying this. I'm probably playing a bit more chaotic right now than had I been playing it completely on my own. I gotta admit that. I might even like have rage quit because I couldn't do it properly. But because I'm just making jokes and enjoying myself, like, I'm having a good time actually. I hope you guys aren't like feeling that disrespecting the game. I am enjoying the game for being the game that it is, honestly. Just also enjoying making silly jokes about it. Let's see. Hey, Granny! Where is she?
Get out.
Good old Granny Rex.
I knew you wouldn't disappoint me. Now I can stroll along the waterfront in peace. And don't think I've forgotten your little gift. Go on upstairs, dear one.
She's sweet.
That will never wash. Never, never, never. She wouldn't put the crackers on the right side of the tray, so we sacked her.
Oh. You should put the crackers on the right side of the tray. Arrows blink? What? I don't know what that means. Oh, they that. Sorry about that. Well, I guess you're dying. Huh. That was weird. We found a strange rune on the woman who used to sell passes up the street. Not sure how she died, but since the thing looks suspicious, we set it outside from the overseers. After your shift is over, take it to the disposal, whatever they do with them. Don't forget. Okay. Well, I'm glad I'm such a stealthy man. When you aim blink at a ledge that's just out of reach of landing on top, arrows will appear that means you'll climb up said ledge. Oh. So like... Haha! Wait, can I get to Hulk Square upstairs? Think vertical, damn near impossible otherwise. Alright.
Hello, Martin. I hear the second day is when the skin really starts to come all the way off. Is that true? Or is it the itching that really gets you? Or the rats?
Jasper, isn't it? It's not so bad in here. Except I miss your wife.
Huh. You don't scare easy, I'll give you that. That'll change.
Is that what Corvo looks like?
It's me, Overseer Martin.
Oh.
Corvo, now I knew you'd make it. I told the Admiral you would.
Yeah, about that.
Corvo,
I don't remember who you are.
What a sight you are in that mask. I know who you are and what you're here to do. And I can help. Unlock me and I'll buy you a drink in a couple of days. By the Void, I'll buy you 100 drinks.
How do I?
I have poor circulation and I seem to have forgotten my mittens, so I'd appreciate it if you could release me or at least go gather some firewood.
Nope, that doesn't help.
Feels good to stand up straight. Thank you, Corvo. What you're here to do tonight is of the highest importance. We've got to find Emily, so kill Campbell and make it quick. Once it's done, search his body for the journal. his notorious Black Book, and get out of there. Campbell is meeting with a guard named Kernow, and word from my informant is that Campbell is going to poison him. Maybe you can use that to your advantage. Alright, I won't be of any help here, so I'll make my own way back to the Hound Pits pub. If I see Samuel the boatman, I'll tell him to pick you up in the backyard, behind the office of the High Overseer. May all the spirits guide you, and may our enemy's head hit the floor without you taking a scratch.
Oh, that's a nice thought. Unfortunately, I am going to take a scratch. I'm going to scratch his eyes out. Why can I not blink up there? Let me blink up there. Nope. Oh, climbed like a peasant.
I was just reading in the archive about the Heretic's brand. It sounds painful. Have you ever seen the ritual?
I've never seen the Heretic's brand used. No, it's a rare occurrence. But I did spy the face of one so branded. A former member of our order, of course. Out on a saw him begging.
What were his crimes?
Who can say? The brand is reserved for an overseer, or even the High Overseer himself, who violates our codes and must be cast out permanently. Remember the 7 strictures. You never need worry about such matters.
I will, brother.
Dump this guy here. He almost saw me, that asshole. Alright.
Wait.
Whoops. That wasn't my plan, but guy's gotta do what a guy's gotta do. Captain Kernow and his retinue will be here this evening. See what they are allowed through the checkpoint without incidents. Okay.
What's going on there? Things are bad. Could the city get any worse?
No, right? Murders everywhere. Why is he blocking when I'm pressing the RB button? That's annoying. La da 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 la da 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 dee da dee da do 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 la da 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 da. Well, there are many pathways through your missions. Front streets, alleys, windows, rat tunnels, rooftops, and waterways. Alright. Kinda figured. King Sparrow feathers. How am I supposed to know which one is the one I'm not supposed to kill? Meeting chamber.
I trust your trip was uneventful. I hear the watch is having... Men will come... Stop playing and come out at once.
Well, I managed to ruin that.
Did you get caught in the lockdown last night?
6 hours. Searched the place top to bottom, and nothing to eat but the swill we hand out free. Of course we didn't find anything.
Did I ever tell you? One time, one of the second
The
floor
game broke.
shutters
It's
got
still you
stuck
kept the
open,
overseer from
and I
poisoning
thought I could slip
Colonel.
out.
Okay,
I
good.
couldn't
That's
find
what
a
I
way
wanted.
down. And by the time I got back, it had snapped shut. I spent the rest of lockdown out on a ledge.
Maybe the outsider was watching.
Maybe. Maybe I was listening. Just now. Alright, I'm not the outsider. I'm Colonel. I'm not Colonel, I'm the other guy.
I need more men.
Alright. So, this is not working out the way I wanted it.
Assassin, help! A promotion for the...
Honestly. I was just going to stop someone from poisoning one of you guys.
It was Martin's plot to break him out of Coldridge Prison. That's clear enough. But why Corvo? The one man feared throughout the Empire. He's as bloody-minded say, left a trail of body. And the way he dodged the axe, we can't rule out black magic. He had help, yes, but how far does it go? The trail goes to Martin, but Martin knows everyone, everywhere.
Good night. The movements of Corvo at now. Then after official deployment roughly 2 months after the departure from Crystal, mission included stops at other major isles at the behest of the Empress Jessamine Colin. Wired bearing ill news, immediately apprehended her for her murder. Last confirmed sighting, entered sewers under Coleridge prison after escaping execution under unusual circumstances. Testimony was seriously trade Dover. Person matching subject's description seen conversion of unknown woman near front gates of the Academy of Natural Philosophy. Person matching subject's description seen fraternizing with Oxford just outside the city. Overheard a conversation implying one of the parties involved had knowledge of the subject. Search the estate district. Okay. Well, that will have to wait. God damn it. Here I was, hoping to be nice, hoping to do things nicely, hoping to do things all Hitman-like. Instead, I'm just a common thug. Look what you did to me! Look what you did to me! I was the Queen's bodyguard, and now I'm reduced to just killing all of you. I could have been nice about this. I could have killed you one at a time. I could have. That was a hand grenade, that was not the heart. Resist temptation. Let this serve as a reminder of a cause. Taken from outside is power bound here for us. Let us not allow it to twist our hearts. Well, it did twist your hearts, didn't it? Allows control of animal targets for a short duration. Slows time. Summons a swarm of rats that will attack others. Hell yeah! Fuck you guys! Rats. We're the rats. We walk at night, we stalk at night. We're the rats. The biggest rat they makes all of the rules. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. Oh, there's double jump in this game? Oh, I didn't know that. Alright.
Help! I need a hand here!
Oh. Who's this guy? Someone without money.
No!
Bye! Bye! What? Fuck you. I was playing nice. Bye!
Watch out! Stand clear!
Rats! Yeah, screw you guys. this? That felt better. Alright.
Help! I need a hand here!
Now, how do I go down to that guy? More of these. Ooh. I'm very disrespectful apparently to urns? Is it urns? That happened. Let's see. Where is he? Oh, he's having a grand old time. Alright, how do I get in there? Haha, you're cute.
Is it? Not on Bottle Street, if what I hear is true. I hear...
How do I get down there? Entrance at the bottom of the stairwell inside. Alright. Okay. Well, let's see. Bottom of the stairwell. Inside.
Somebody, please, help!
Oh, he's just hanging out there now, I guess. As long as the rats don't get him, I think I'm okay. Main hall. I'm sure there's an entrance down here somewhere. To kennels. I can hear the music. Heh. Alright. At the end of every year, after the last day of the month of songs, we begin the Fugue Feast. The new year has not started, and thus the time that follows is outside the calendar. A period of celebration and feasting begins, during which the people abandon the very practices that keep them whole and healthy over the year. Alright. Is that the painting I just saw someone paint? That's a very noisy rune.
Curse those fools at Coldridge for letting Corvo get away. Who knows what the man could do now? Hiram, or the Lord Regent, as he asks us to call him now, seems to have faith in all the Sokolov security devices he's put up all over the city, but I'm not so sure. At least the girl has been moved to a safe place. Visiting her twice a week has given me ample opportunity to inspect the facilities, as they say. So there's an upside, at least.
Is he touching her? He was touching her! Mask he has on display. A little rat catcher mask. He was touching her inappropriately. Another women too. I'm not sure how my predecessor operated, but from now on, if one of my girls tries to blackmail you, you send her back to me at the Golden Cat, instead of concocting some plan on your own. I've had to replace 3 girls in as many months, and you can imagine the business of carnal pleasure isn't booming in this plague-stricken holy collar city. Out of prudence. Creepy fucking... Eat him! Alright. The assassins who killed the Empress wore masks like that. Oh, I didn't even notice. Okay. To Samuel the Boatman. Oh. There's a hut down there. Or a room, sorry. Finding any rooms. How do I get there? I'm so glad you didn't notice me. You get to live! For now. Bullets. Oh. That was a dog. Workshop key needed.
What was that?
Someone get over here! Watch out!
Well, that's just a shame. Now I get away and...
Where
The Metaphysica Mysterium said that we should not sully our hands when combating the forces of the void. I will describe a twofold method in this text. As the wholesome powers of the outsider use living flesh as conduit, we can avoid being tainted by using the flesh of others instead. Containment. By using channels and barriers, we can focus these void energies in the raw state, shield them from the reverse perspective of the outsider. Okay. There's a shooting range. Cute. Exploding hounds. I've seen the harnesses you've been devising in that workshop of yours. If you plan to strap explosives to my precious hounds, make living bombs on them, count me out of your plan. I'm the master of the hounds here, and without my training, they'll never do as you request. Houndmaster Walter. Exploding hounds?
Cannot doubt the effectiveness of Holger's device, or the mathematical beauty of the music itself. We've seen it in action against the forbidden practices too many times to deny it. But the question no one wishes to ask is the incantation itself black magic? The boxes are priceless, but what's inside?
Would you see that this valve get installed in that little supply depot by the loading docks? The men have been grumbling about this thing for what? Be months now, as if there were anything of value on the other side of that door that is supposed to open. Aha! Aha! Where's that? Where? Never mind.
Is that you?
Doors will sometimes be marked as unbreakable. Consider the implication of this, meaning that some doors are not. Yes. That makes sense. Alright.
Hey, Corvo. It's Samuel. I'm here. From
yeah,
the way
I know.
hear it, Campbell lived a pretty posh life. Maybe it's not my place to say, but men of the faith shouldn't live like barons. Are you ready to go?
I am.
Okay, let's go.
Well, I found 7 out of 7 runes, 1 outside a shrine, 1 Sokolov painting, but I only found 1 bone charm. Oh well. Overall chaos high. Didn't kill anyone. Ghosts never detected. Special actions helped Granny infect the Battleship Gang. Rescued Griff the Scavenger. Saved Captain Kernov. Yay! Martyr's on his way to join the Loyalists, and Campbell's fate has been thrown the Overseers into disarray. Decoding the High Overseer's journal may reveal any number of strategic secrets, most notably the location of the rightful heir to the throne, Emily Colwyn.
Admiral Havelock and Lord Pendleton are in the courtyard. I expect they'll want to congratulate you.
I expect they will at that.
He's alive. Thank you, Corvo, thank you. My uncle's a good man, and one day he'll prove it. Here. I know you did this for the right reasons, but I want you to take this as a reward. It's an old heirloom one of my aunts gave me.
Aww. Well, that is good.
If this is going to work, we have to take down the Lord Regent and all its
Attention, all citizens living on the north side of the river, between John Clavering Boulevard and Dunwall Tower, are
and we must
advised to
find a
remain
girl,
indoors
Emily.
until further notice.
Who knows what her mind is like? You did it! Somehow you took down the High Overseer Campbell against the odds. I knew you were our man, Corvo. With Campbell gone, we've hurt the Lord Regent immeasurably. And with Martin back, we'll have the finest strategist alive.
The Lord Regent must be shitting himself in Dunwall Tower.
Yes, and Campbell's journal, let's not forget. Our hope is that in these encoded pages, the location and condition of Emily Caldwin can be discovered. Our entire movement will mean nothing if we can't place the rightful heir on the throne. We must act fast. No doubt the Lord Regent is holding Emily somewhere, waiting to reveal her, to step out as the hero and further cement his regency.
If he doesn't bring the young lady forth soon, there will be infighting among the nobles as to who should succeed the Empress.
Yes, time is against us. But now you should take a well-earned rest, Corvo. We will decipher the contents of the High Overseer's journal and share them with you later.
Speaking of well-earned rests, I think this is it for tonight. We have been doing a lot of stuff though. So unless there's another weird dream, there is not, I think. No, unless the entire game turns out to be a dream, there's no weird dreams right now. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, please remember to check out my Twitch at Ankford. You'll be able to get a little notification when I go live. And I hope everybody has a good time. And I'll see you guys around very soon, I promise. Right. Now I just gotta find the actual button to stop streaming.